Bugatti Veyron cost $1,700,000. This car was presented at the California Auto Show in January 2013. At the moment it is the fastest and most powerful car in the world. It has a power of 1,000 horsepower and can accelerate to 470 km per hour. It reaches 100 km per hour in 2.8 seconds. Alas, for ordinary people this remains a pipe dream. In 2010, two designers created a 1/18th scale model of the Bugatti Veyron, made of gold and platinum and encrusted with 7.2 carats of diamonds. The model is called the Bugatti Veyron Diamond Limited Edition and is produced in 3 copies. Its cost is €2.4 million, 109. According to unofficial data, the Volkswagen Group lost €4.6 million for each Bugatti Veyron, and total losses amounted to €1.7 billion. According to unofficial data, the Volkswagen Group lost €4.6 million for each Bugatti Veyron, and the total losses amounted to €1.7 billion. Enzo Ferrari, Italian entrepreneur and racing driver. History and overview of the model Ferrari Enzo is a 2-seater sports car produced by the famous Italian company Ferrari. The model was built in honor of the founder of the concern, Enzo Ferrari. Debuting at the 2002 Paris Motor Show, it was produced in limited editions. The new Ferrari Enzo is built in the spirit of a racing car, with a distinct beak and spade design, side air intakes for the radiators and brakes, allowing efficient air distribution to increase downforce and maximize engine cooling without significant expense. Aerodynamic losses. The doors resemble butterfly wings when they open upward at a 45-degree angle. As always, excellent technical characteristics of the Ferrari Enzo. The V-engine type F140, mounted longitudinally in front of the rear axle, has a volume of 6.0 liters. This 12-cylinder powerplant produces 660 horsepower at 7,800 RPM. The length of the Ferrari Enzo Coupe sports car is 4,702 mm, width, 2,035 mm, height, 1,147 mm. At the same time, the wheelbase is at least 2,650 mm, which is 200 mm longer than that of the Ferrari F355. The undeniable quality, luxurious design and worldwide popularity of the Ferrari Enzo speak without words about the merits of the car. Pagani Zonda. Pagani Zonda, with Italian pronunciation, Zonda, is a mid-engine sports car created by the Italian company Pagani Automobili. The car debuted in 1999 and was produced until 2011. Production volume is about 10 cars per year. By June 2011, 209 Zondas had been produced, including the prototypes used for testing. The Zonda was produced in 2 versions, a 2-seater coupe and a convertible. Formula One champion Juan Manuel Fangio participated in the development of the car at the initial stage. The car was originally planned to be named in his honor, Fangio F1, but after his death in 1995 the name was changed. The Zonda started Pagani's tradition of naming cars based on the wind. The 2-seater coupe received a 12-cylinder Mercedes engine with a displacement of 6 liters and a power of 394 horsepower, pages, working in tandem with a manual transmission. This was not enough for the creators of the car, and already in 2000, the Pagani Zonda C12S introduced a version with a 7-liter engine producing 550 horsepower, and in 2002 the volume of the power unit was increased to 7.3 liters, and its output increased to 555 forces. In 2003, buyers were offered an open version with a roadster body. The Zonda F Coupe and Roadster, introduced in 2005 and 2006 respectively, received the same 7.3-liter engine, but boosted to 602 horsepower, with Koenigsegg CCX is a supercar produced by Koenigsegg. CCX is an abbreviation for Competition Coupe X, where X stands for the 10th anniversary of the first CC in 1996. The CCX is intended for the US market and is therefore designed with US requirements in mind. A CCXR modification has been developed. The engine is configured to run on biofuel. Alternate fuel and tweaked tuning allow the CCXR to produce 25% more power than the CCX. For better or worse, many car enthusiasts have never heard of the Swedish company Koenigsegg, much less the Koenigsegg CCX. Meanwhile, in its homeland, this brand is quite famous for the production of exclusive premium cars. CCX is not just a letter, but an abbreviation for the phrase Competition Coupe X. The first two words are clear, but what does X mean? Compared to its predecessors, the restyled version of Koenigsegg acquired a bumper, fog lights and air intakes. The latter are not installed easily for the sake of beauty, they cool the front brakes. A large scoop on the hood ensures a flow of cool air into the cabin. By the way, according to unconfirmed information, the design of the Koenigsegg Competition Coupe was entirely created in the ICM Surf CAD program. Ten years have passed since the end of production of the Porsche Carrera GT, which means that it has become a full member of the Porsche Classic family. The appearance and clean lines of the 980, which began production in 2003, clearly demonstrate its sporting heritage. Although the model's appearance indicates a stylistic connection with Porsche's line of production cars, it is clear that the car also incorporates elements of legendary Porsche racing cars. Presented in this exclusive series of only 1,270 units, the Carrera GT is powered by a 10-cylinder engine equipped with a dry sump lubrication system. This 5.5-liter naturally aspirated V10 engine, developed specifically for track racing, has been increased to 5.7 liters in the standard production model. Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren C199/199/C199 is a supercar produced jointly by the German company Mercedes-Benz and the British manufacturer McLaren Automotive from 2003 to 2009. The car was assembled in Portsmouth and the McLaren Technology Centre in Woking, Surrey, England. 2. At the time of development of the supercar, the German manufacturer Mercedes-Benz owned a 40% stake in the McLaren Group. The name SLR is an acronym that stands for Sport like Rennsport, translated from German as Light Sports Racing, which is a tribute to the legendary Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR which inspired the creation of this model. 3. From the factory, the supercar was produced in only two colors, silver and black. Coupe, Speedster and Roadster body styles were available.
On April 4, 2008, Mercedes-Benz announced the discontinuation of the SLR. At the end of 2008, an auction was held for the sale of the last Roadster, and at the beginning of 2009 the conveyor was stopped. Production of Roadsters ended at the beginning of 2010.
Those who inspire great things with their presence. Those whose voice has weight, but who does not require attention. Those who have phenomenal strength without flaunting it. Those few who choose the path of greatness can achieve only the purest expression of the Rolls-Royce spirit. Phantom. This iconic Rolls-Royce has been given a new look in keeping with the spirit of the era. This is its 8th generation, but always the first in its class. Phantom output.
The Rolls-Royce Phantom is a luxury car manufactured by Rolls-Royce Motor Cars, a subsidiary of BMO in Chichester, West Sussex, England. The car retained the details of its predecessors, a massive vertical radiator grille with a figurine of the Spirit of Ecstasy at the top. Since, the vehicle has also been produced in an armored version armor thickness, mem. The famous figure in Spirit of Ecstasy, if necessary, is retracted into a special niche using an electromechanism. Rolls-Royce introduced a convertible based on the Phantom V. Rolls-Royce updates the model every few years. The latest model was introduced in. Before this, the car was updated in. Description of Rolls-Royce Phantom. Rolls-Royce Phantom. The 8th generation Phantom was presented in July at the Great 8 Phantoms exhibition in London. Despite the similarities with the previous generation model, it is technically a completely new car built on an aluminum platform. Made in Great Britain. Overall dimensions of Rolls-Royce Phantom. Rolls-Royce Phantom V. Length mem. Width mem. Height mem. Ground clearance mem. Wheelbase mem.